Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Everyone, my name is Muhammad Bintang Kornikova and you can call me Bintang. I'm from Indonesian Language and Literature Education Study Program or Program Studi Pendidikan Bahasa dan Sastra Indonesia at Universitas PGRI Madiun. I'm glad to be here and my topic is about literary theory, stylistic. Did you know that not only physics and mathematics have theories, but literary does too? Let me start by telling you a story. At one point, someone read a poem, but only read it once and thought they already understood its true meaning.
Oh, this poem is about suffering.
Ah yes, that was me. But after my lecturer said that by studying literary theory, you will understand the other meaning of a literary work, or even the author's true intention. To find out, we must know what is stylistic. Let's move to the PowerPoint. Stylistic is a branch of linguistics that studies language style in literary works, particularly the distinctive and unique use of language to achieve certain aesthetic and artistic effects. Stylistic grades linguistic and literary criticism by analyzing linguistic elements such as diction, sentence structure, figure of speech, imagery, as well as sound and rhythm in literary text to uncover the implied meaning and function of the word. Thus, stylistic not only describe the form of language but also examine the aesthetic effect and meaning produced by the use of language style in literary works. The next is the figure. He is Roman Osipovich Jacobson or
Роман Осипович Якобсон.
Thank you, Google Translate. Roman Jacobson was a Russian linguist who formulated six functions of language, with the poetic function at the center of his analysis of literary works. He emphasized that in literature, especially poetry, the form of conveying a message is more important than the content of the message itself. Roman Jacobson has ideas that was, number 1, poetic function as the main feature of literary language. Roman Jacobson argues that language in literary works, especially poetry, has a main function that differs from everyday language. This function is the poetic function, which is the function of language that emphasizes the form of the message itself, not just the content or purpose of communication. Number 2. Six function of language. Jacobson formulated six function of language in communication, but it is the poetic function that is the core of stylistic studies. The six functions are referential function, conveying information about the real world; emotive function, conveying the speaker's feelings; conative function, focusing on the listener or recipient of the message; metalinguistic function, discussing the language code itself; poetic function, emphasizing the form and style of language; and number 6 is phatic function, keeping the communication channel open. Number 3 is syntagmatic and paradigmatic access. Jacobson used two structural concepts in analyzing literary works. Syntagmatic axis, the relationship between words in a sentence in a linear or horizontal arrangement. For example, the order of words in poetry or purpose. Paradigmatic axis, the relationship between words in terms of choice or vertical, namely how one word can be replaced by another word with a similar meaning or part of speech. Number 4 is stylistic as literary language analysis. Parallelism or repetition of sound pattern, structure, or meaning is a characteristic of poetic language according to Jacobson. Example, repetition of sound, rhyme, repetition of structure, parallel sentence, and symmetrical pattern in poetry. Number 5 is principle of parallelism. Jacobson views stylistic as the analysis of language from in literary works. Rather than simply searching for meaning in content, he wanted to show how the structure of language itself produces aesthetic meaning. Thus, stylistic not only analyzes what is said, but also how something is said in a beautiful, rhythmic, and meaningful way. Theory is complete when combined with practice, and this is an example of the application of stylistic theory in literary analysis. I used the journal Analisis Stilistika pada puisi kepada peminta-minta karya Khairil Anwar, Jurnal P. Arina Fransori. First is image, providing a visual representation of suffering. Auditory, depicting disturbing and powerful sound. Tactile, activating the sense of touch, touching wounds. Gustatory, evoking painful sensation and emotion. Second is diction, connotative meaning, extreme emotional expression, not medical. The words tercacar and muka are used as symbols of a harsh life and obvious suffering. Third is concrete word, physical verbs that vividly describe the beggar as suffering and heavy or resigned body movement. Fourth is figurative language, hyperbole, unexaggerated emotional expression. Repetition for emotional emphasis and regret. That fourth is physical structure. The next is inner structure. We have number 5, theme or sense. Sudah tercacar semua di muka, or nanah meleleh dari luka. Describing extreme and continuous suffering. 6, mandate or intention. Menyerahkan diri dan segala dosa. There is a call for self-reflection, not just lenity. Khairil wants reader to not only see suffering outwardly, but also to explore human attitudes towards social reality. 7. Feelings. Feeling disturbed, even disgusted. Expression of discomfort and inner rejection. 8. And the last one is tone. A sarcastic and mocking tone as if to say, I already know, no need for more drama. And the conclusion is, stylistic is a branch of linguistics that studies language style in literary works to reveal meaning and aesthetic effect. This science connects linguistic and literary criticism by analyzing language elements such as diction, structure, figure of speech, imagery, and sound and rhythm in text. Roman Jacobson emphasized that poetic function is the main characteristic of literary language, which highlights the form of the message. He introduced 6 functions of language, 2 axes of analysis, syntagmatic and paradigmatic, and the principle of parallelism as characteristic of poetic language. For Jacobson, stylistic examines how the form of language creates beauty and meaning in literature. So, that is one of the many literary theories that exist. In my opinion, stylistic theory is one of the easiest theory to apply, because it examines the structure of a work, but it is effective for poetry and rhymes. If we want to analyze short story or even novels, it is better to use other theories. Okay, that brings me to the end of my talk. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Oh, now I understand.
What do you understand?
Reading literature is not just reading, but also understanding the meaning behind it. We can do it without theory, but it will be easier if we use it. Wait, who are you?
You.
No, not me. You.
Yes, I'm you.
Just answer that question.
I'm just your image.
Oh, my image. Wait, what? Bruh.
Hello, this is me again. Thank you for watching so far. If you have any question, please feel free to leave a comment below. See you in the next video.